Alright, what's up guys, it's Super here and welcome to another Injustice 2 video. And sorry I'm on this screen and I'm not prepared because I was literally just grinding for legendary gear. You guys know you gotta do this consistently to actually get this legendary gear. But I'm here to do a epic and legendary gear showcase for all the characters that I have. Now I'm gonna try to skip through like the commons and the rares because those are not too important. But like the epics and all that stuff and the shaders, I'll definitely show it off to you guys. But you know, like these for example, maybe on some characters it's like kind of unique, but a lot of times like the rares, oh excuse me, too much soda. The rares and the commons are like, you know, they're just there. They're sort of like duplicates and, you know, pretty generic stuff. So I'm only gonna show off like the, unless I know specifically that I have a piece of wow, this looks pretty cool. Unless I know that the piece of like rare gear is really sick looking, I'm just gonna like skip the rare pieces of gear. Anyways, most of the time I delete it. Most of the time I just keep the legendary stuff. So just haven't had the time just because I've been so busy actually trying to go for the legendary gear. But Aquaman has some cool stuff, man. I actually dig his little, the little pointy, ooh, those toes, the little pointy shoes that he has. I dig it. I've never seen this before. Whoa, maybe it's just a color that I have, but I don't remember seeing that piece of gear. But yeah, Aquaman has some nice looking gear. Definitely worthy of royalty right there. So this is my, ooh, hold on, that looks really good. These are some of the abilities that I have. Most of the time, the one that I'm using with him is From the Deep. It's sort of similar to his meter burn version of From the Deep in this game, which was like Tentacle Strike. But you just don't like bounce up in the air too high to be able to easily combo from it. Like you could easily combo from it if you do like a down 2 into the back 3, stuff like that. But as far as like getting a raw back 3 after the meter burn version, it's probably not gonna happen. I don't remember if it's a tight link and it can happen or it just can't. But regardless, that's what I use on my Aquaman. And here's the hot Aquaman Shirtless. So Atrocitus is one of the characters that I am working on getting the legendary gear for next. Right now I'm working on the Flash, and then after the Flash it's going to be Atrocitus, just because I want to see if having Darkseid out for the entire match really is as overpowered as it sounds. It sounds dumb how powerful that would be, but someone told me like the meter drains a lot faster whenever you do one of Darkseid's moves, but still he's still out on the, you know, on the playing field the entire game, meaning that for the entire game you can have a projectile that's going to watch your back and not go away with you know, Darkseid's little projectile that he shoots. Also, you have a shield to protect you from projectiles to try to go in on people, and a way to easily convert for 350 damage without needing a bar of meter. Like Darkseid is very powerful in this game. So the fact that he would be out the entire game like blows my mind compared to something like Batman, who gets an extra double jump, or he gets a triple jump. Yeah. And Bane, his legendary ability actually drains 350 plus damage if you go to level 3 and it goes on cooldown. Yeah, that's it. You know, compare that to one of the most powerful traits, making Atrocitus maybe the best character in the game when Darkseid is out, being there the entire game. Wow, this color looks really cool. Oh man, I haven't had a chance to look at Atrocitus' new colors. These are 2 of the new colors because I don't play Atrocitus, but I figure with the legendary gear it'd definitely give me a reason to. But this color looks definitely A+. Alright, so that's Atrocitus for you. Bane, you guys know I do have the legendary Bane gear. And even though it's a reason for me to play Bane, you know, just to show it off and use it, because I did work hard for it, this mask is pretty cool. It is definitely not what I was expecting it to be. Is this... Wow, I actually don't have it saved for some reason, or favored it, so I won't be able to delete it. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was, you know, definitely disappointed by it and how much damage it does when you go on cooldown from your Venom. Like, that was the whole thing about the gear. It's like, oh, the big attraction to it was you don't take extra damage when you're on cooldown. But then Bane gets hurt every time that he goes on cooldown, which level 1, okay, you know, like 60 damage, whatever. But if you go up all the way to level 3, which if you actually touch somebody with Bane, you want to do as much damage as you can. So if you touch somebody and you do your entire combo, your full combo, level 3 trait, all that good stuff, this is the legendary gear, by the way. That's how it looks compared to something like this. How the back looks. I mean, people like it. I don't think it's his best Venom tanks, but that's just me personally. But a lot of people say it's his best. You know, a lot of people do like it. But these are his other Venom tanks. But like I was saying, on a little rant here for Bane, I know you Bane players out there wanted this legendary gear and were sadly disappointed. And a lot of Bane players actually stopped trying to go for it once I uploaded my Bane videos, you know, showing off what the legendary gear does, because they were like discouraged that, let's just say you go for your max damage combo, and after cooldown on level 3 trait, if you don't drain the entire life bar and go on the, you know, like match break going on to the second life bar, you're gonna lose over 350 damage. So it's pretty much like, it doesn't even matter that you don't take any extra damage when you're on cooldown, because you already took 350 damage, like if someone comboed you anyways. So that was definitely disappointing, to say the least. Is this the best Bane color? Let me know. I think this one's the best Bane color, right? Or was it this one? No, this one's definitely the best Bane color in my opinion. Let's see his new ones. For a lot of these characters, I haven't really checked out their new colors. It's kind of a way for me to see their new colors as well. Alright, and that's Bane for you. Another one, Batman. You guys know Batman. I have his legendary gear. I have the Billionaire complete set, but I replaced the Billionaire cowl with, or not the Billionaire cowl, the Billionaire belt with the legendary belt, which actually kind of messes up the complete set, because the complete set gives me a ton of health, or even more health than I already do. So it's not even like needed for the Billionaire. But as far as like Batman goes, the triple jump, all that stuff, don't really care about it. Ooh, world's greatest, my absolute favorite piece of epic gear in the entire game. It's so beautiful. Might not look beautiful here with this gold plated on it, but when you just have Batman like raw with almost no gear on, classic Batman, best, the best. I'll probably show you guys. I think I have a class for it. But like I was saying, going back to Batman, the stats actually are pretty good for Batman. Like, that's about it. But then again, you could just upgrade stats on your other epic pieces of gear and not waste time going for the legendary Batman gear. The only thing that is a positive is that the Batarangs do extra damage in combos, and of course, you know, you use your Batarangs in combos, so you get a little bit of extra damage. But I don't think enough damage to make it worth it. Like, what could they have given Batman to have him, you know, have the legendary gear be worth it? I'm not sure, because if they would have given him a 4th mechanical bat, I think that would have been too much, because his 3 mechanical bats are already like, this is legendary belt, by the way, compared to something like this or something like that. You know, at least for me, I don't think it's the best looking one. I think this one is the best looking one. But if they would have given him a fourth mechanical bat, that would have been too much. Like, his mechanical bats are one of the reasons why he's so damn good in this game. The mechanical bats and his jump too. You know, those are the reasons why he's, you know, top tier in this game. Very, very easy to use. So I don't know if giving him a fourth would have been a smart idea, even though it is in, you know, just player matches. Player matches are more just to have fun. You know what I mean? Like, when I go to player matches, I like to have fun, even though the stat numbers and all that stuff, they get in the way, just because I don't like going up against someone who has just a ridiculous amount of defense, or they have like way less gear stats than I do, because then I'm doing like 70% damage combos off a regular bread and butter combo. So it's not fun either way. That's why I really don't like the gear stats at all. But as far as like player matches, I love playing player matches because I get to use some of these abilities that characters normally don't have. This is a really good color for Batman. I really like this color. Batman has great colors. Of course, he's Batman, right? He has the most colors in the game, I think. So here's my classic Batman. Isn't he beautiful? Doesn't this look like a beautiful Batman, guys? World's greatest is the best. The best piece of gear, in my opinion. Alright, some Black Adam. Black Adam was another character that I was interested in getting his legendary piece of gear, but I really want Atrocitus's. If it wasn't for Atrocitus, Black Adam would be the next character on my list as far as legendary gear. Because he gets a fourth orb. That's one of the perks for Black Adam, right? For the legendary gear, he gets a fourth orb. If I'm not mistaken, maybe I am, if my memory serves me correctly. I think he gets a fourth orb. And then a couple other stuff too, like the orbs do a little bit more damage, or they stay on longer. I don't know if it's a fourth orb or they just stay on longer. It might be that they just stay out for a longer duration. But if it is a fourth orb, it's pretty crazy. Because he has this ability, Seth Strike, which is one of the most broken abilities in the game. The orbs actually shoot out individually, so one goes out, then two goes out, and the third one goes out last. And they each have like actual hit stun, like if someone's punching you. So that means that Black Adam literally has full screen combos because the orbs travel at like a trajectory where they will combo into each other, allowing Black Adam to forward dash twice and combo you with his forward one. It's nuts. It's crazy how crazy that ability actually is. Just imagine he had that as his actual, you know, in his actual like design, core design. He would be broken. He'll be the #1 character in the entire game. That ability is pretty dumb. I don't know if it's as, it might actually be the best ability in the game. I'm not gonna lie. It might even be better than the Killer Frost Slide for Poison Ivy, and it might be better than the Staff of Grayson. I haven't seen too many abilities that are better than those, but those are the ones that come to mind right now as far as like competing with that Black Adam ability. It's crazy. Alright, some Black Canary action. I don't know if you guys have seen the, you know, like original design for Black Canary. Not only her original design, but some of the really cool and creative pieces of gear that she had before NRS said, nope, we don't want those to be a part of her gear because then she'll just look like a generic biker chick. There's this artist for NRS that posts a lot of his designs on his Instagram page. His name like eludes me right now, but he designed a lot of the female characters in Injustice 2, and he had so many like really cool, good-looking pieces of gear for those characters that didn't end up making the game because they were too, like, I guess they were too sexual. They were too, pretty much NRS censored them. And he also had like Catwoman with like way bigger boobs, which, I mean, if she would have made it like that, I wouldn't care, and I don't care that she made it with smaller ones. That I don't care about, but like the actual gear, like censoring some of the gear that looks really cool and makes the character look unique, I think that was definitely overboard for NetherRealm. I think they should have kept like the cool looking stuff. Like, for example, Black Canary had a biker helmet where she, you know, she just had a biker helmet on. That's it. It sounds simple, but it would have made her, you know, look very, very unique, and it would have been a very unique costume piece for her compared to any other character in the game. But no. Ooh, this color is beautiful. Pink and purple. If there's ever a time where I use Black Canary, I'm probably gonna buy this. It looks awesome. Like, this was my other one that I really liked, but this one is like mostly purple. I mean, mostly pink, which I love on the female characters in this game. And then purple as a secondary color looks beautiful. Love it. So I'll definitely buy that if I do use Black Canary. Alright, moving on here. Black Manta. The man who is only angry. Probably angry at the spaceship designs that they gave his helmet. All these look like spaceships, right? Is it me, or literally every single one of his helmets looks like a alien spaceship coming down to probe everybody? Look at this one. Crazy, crazy looking spaceship helmets. But I gotta say, I like them. I like the designs. I'm not gonna lie. I like the designs. Ooh, where's the one that has like a chest? Oh yes, here we go. He has the Manta chest emblem, the insignia, just like Batman's, you know, bat emblem. He has his Manta emblem, and it looks really cool. Now he's a true supervillain. All right, arm pieces. Yeah, arm pieces are pretty generic for most of the characters, but I do like the way Black Manta's colors look. With, you know, comparing with his helmet and with his laser beam, they actually change color depending on what shader you have, which I think should have been done with every single character. Like, Superman should have had a different looking heat vision depending on what shader. I know it would make sense for like Supes, because it's not really like, it's just the suit actually changing color. But I thought it would be really, really cool. Oh wait, these are actually his jetpack. I'm like showing from the front, and I'm like, why is nothing changing? Oh, I'm down to the jetpack. See, which jetpack is the best one? Ooh, like that one. This one's probably my favorite one, which is this up here. I already have it. I have his complete gear set. I didn't even know. These are some of my other classes, just in case you guys are curious. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Almost forgot to show off the abilities and the shaders, especially for all these, all these shaders. All right, so this is default, alternate, some purple stuff there at the top. My favorite one right here. And then goes on to blue. He has some nice shaders. He definitely has some nice shaders. I like it. And like I said, if you use like God, whatever color his his lights on his helmet are, that's the color that he's gonna shoot his laser. So this one's gonna be red, this one's gonna be orange, this one's gonna be like white, this one's white as well, red. So I definitely like that. This one's gonna be like gold, and of course platinum. All right, blue Beetle. Blue Beetle, I think, has other than his like helmet, pretty generic gear. Oh my god, get out of there. I never want to see that face again, please. Thank you. Whew, I was scared that last one might be in the actual Blue Beetle face. Man, Blue Beetle's face looks cool in the comic books. It does not translate well to to how realistic Injustice 2 looks. No. Oh man, that face is bad enough to give you some nightmares. Yeah, thinking about it now, I have not used Blue Beetle in so long. So long. I played with him a good amount in the beta. I felt like he had some of the best, like, unique combos. And in the corner, you could still do some really unique combos with him. But, I don't know. I kind of find him boring a little bit. I don't know if it's just because I think his gear looks incredibly, like, generic other than his helmet, of course. But I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to playing Blue Beetle too much. There's, like, so many more characters that I'd rather play. Alright, let's turn him back around. No more looking at that small booty. The alien cloak. This should be called the Predator cloak, because that's really what it is. It's the cloaking of the Predator from MKX. Alright, now, one thing I will say about him, like his actual complete look, looks really awesome. It's just a lot of his gear pieces, like, repeats itself a lot. And with his shaders, it makes the suit look even better. Especially with some of the newer shaders he has. But I still think the best shader... Ooh, I really like this. I really like this shader. If you guys couldn't tell, I really like purple. Purple, pinkish, stuff like that. This is another great color. I still think this is the best one, though. Come on, like, the Golden Beetle. This is the real Golden Beetle right here, but I think this one looks even better. Alright, moving on. Brainiac. Brainiac has a lot of ugly gear. I'm sorry to whoever designed Brainiac's gear, but Brainiac has some ugly ass gear. I mean, this one, it should look cool, right? It should look cool. And it probably the best looking, like, actual gear that he has, but it still looks kind of goofy. So excluding one piece of gear, all his gear looks very, very ugly to me. Yeah, like, I think I customized Brainiac once, and I haven't touched him since. Like, I haven't touched his customization. I'll just play with whatever I created that first time around, just because I think his gear looks so ugly. All right, let's actually, you know what? Just so I won't have to, like, customize him again, let's give him that giant helmet that he has. This right here is an awesome ability. This is like Scorpion's spear, because what Brainiac does, he sends out a tentacle from his back, and he literally does the Scorpion. Like, if it wasn't for him, like, not saying get over here, like, if he were to say, like, get over here in Brainiac's voice, it would have been so perfect. I think NetherRealm missed out on that opportunity to, you know, give Scorpion a little nod right there with that. Because this is pretty much what he does. He sends out a tentacle, just like Scorpion sends out a spear. Makes the opponent come to you. You could combo from it. Now, granted, you don't have as much time as, you know, the Scorpion spear, but you can still combo from it. See the colors. Color's not that bad. Of course, you guys know the purple stuff, always some of my favorite. Ooh. Now, this color is something I see myself playing with. The green tentacles with the purple, that looks good. I'm assuming that's one of his newer colors, because I don't remember seeing that before. And that is Brainiac right there. Right, save that. Captain Cold, just like Brainiac, I really don't use Captain Cold's, like, gear. I use Mr. Freeze only. I have Mr. Freeze on both accounts. I don't want to use Captain Cold. I'm sorry for you Captain Cold fans out there. You guys might think that he is a superior character than Mr. Freeze in the comic books. Or you just might like Captain Cold's, like, storyline, character more, which is fine with me. It's all good. But for the game of Injustice, I don't like male May. This is May in male form. I want to play with Mr. Freeze, the character who I first saw, or I was introduced to, in the Batman animated series. And then, of course, later on portrayed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. But yeah, Mr. Freeze is, for me, top dog as far as what costume to use for Captain Cold. I'm not using Captain Cold, sorry. I used him once because the video was like sort of dedicated to Sonic Fox's you know, like setups and playstyle, and he uses Captain Cold, so that's why I used him once. But as far as like using the costume normally, it's Mr. Freeze all day, every day. And funny enough, I told you guys I was gonna really like Captain Cold's playstyle from even like way back in the day, way back before Injustice even came out. As soon as I like saw his gameplay breakdown and I saw his trailer and the fact that you could do, you know, some setups with his overhead stuff and with his like frost mine. It's not really a frost mine, but with his frost puddle, I was like, yeah, I'm really gonna like this character. He's like a setup character for sure. And then once I, you know, got the awesome chance to go to the early access event at Machinima and played Injustice 2 like, I don't know, 2 weeks before the game came out, I really fell in love with like Captain Cold's actual gameplay. I never liked the way Captain Cold looked, to be honest, but I really fell in love with his gameplay because I knew that Mr. Freeze was going to be a premiere skin, so I was like mentally ready for Mr. Freeze. And then I don't know if you guys remember, for you guys who might not have bought Injustice 2 like fresh, Mr. Freeze actually came out with without a helmet. Like, that's how he was introduced to Injustice 2. He actually did not have his iconic helmet, and people were pissed. Oh my god, 545 strength. That might be the single most like ability, or I guess gear stat, that I've ever seen on anyone's gear. Like one piece of gear. 500 plus. Wow, that is crazy. You guys know Catcall, one of the, like the rarest abilities you could get, along with Staff of Grayson. So it's really fun, man. It's a really, really fun, cute ability. But let's go back to that. Which one was it? This one? 545 on that whip. On that whip. Damn, that's a lot. Oh wait, her shaders. Did I check out her shaders? No. Okay, let's check out her shaders. This is more my traditional Catwoman look. And of course, the purple stuff, one of the best. But I have the black just to keep it pure classic. Pure like traditional. Or it's not really like the absolute classic Catwoman. Definitely does not look like this. I guess you call it more like the modern, maybe not modern Catwoman. Pretty much the Catwoman from the Batman animated series. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the classic Catwoman for me. Of course, depending on the color, you know, you can throw on whatever color you want. She's still gonna look amazing. It's Catwoman. Alright, Cheetah. Another character that I don't use any of her gear, even though I do have this one right here, which is an actual really nice piece for her. I would use Cheetah because of this piece of gear. But most of the time, if I do play Cheetah, I use Vixen. Just because I think Vixen might be one of the best looking characters in the entire game, which, you know, kind of sucks because I feel like she should have been the main character and then Cheetah should have been a premiere skin. But that's just me. I think Vixen looks great though. So I rock with Vixen as my #1 class. Yeah, this is like my savage Cheetah class. As you guys see, she isn't wearing too much clothing. She looks very very wild. That's a word you could use. She definitely looks very wild. Alright, don't have too many abilities. I don't even have her level 20 yet. That's how little I play with Cheetah. Let's check out her colors. I like that. Like that color. Vixen here. As you guys see, Vixen, like her normal color, she looks really good, man. She might not look like the best as far as like her face right here, but actually in game, she's one of the best looking characters in the game, in my opinion. Colors don't really change her too much. This one's pretty good. I like the black main color. Okay. Moving on, Cyborg. One of the characters that I get the most pieces of gear for, but I always discard them because there is only one Cyborg piece of gear that I actually like, which is the headpiece that you guys see right there. It's the only one that I use. Arms, chest pieces, legs. I don't care about anything else as long as I just got the armor on his face. That's pretty much it, because everything mostly looks the same with Cyborg. Honestly, you can't really tell too much of a difference with his gear. So I just rock with the, I make sure the face mask is put on, and that is it. Everything else, I could do random gear select, and I wouldn't even notice what's legendary. I mean, what's epic, what's rare, what's common. But you guys know how I feel about Cyborg, so don't need to say it. Alright, but he does have some nice colors, especially like the gold and the platinum look amazing for Cyborg. Weird looking green color right here. Another green color, but this one actually looks nice. The Gods and Demons, Undead, Cyborg. I actually like that look quite a bit. Then you have Grid, of course. Ooh, this like dark blue is really nice. Another nice color. Yellow. Damn, this one definitely sticks out. Bluish with the yellow, secondary. And then gold and platinum. Beautiful. They look beautiful on Cyborg. Alright, Darkseid. I feel like I have to explain this every time, but on my Xbox One, I don't have Darkseid, and I do have Brainiac. And on my PS4, I have Darkseid, and I don't have Brainiac. It gives me a reason to, you know, use one on one platform and the other on the other one. Like, first of all, I don't want to pay $5 or $3, whatever it is, for Darkseid on the Xbox One version, and I don't want to pass the story mode on the PS4, so that's how it's always going to stay. Alright, let's go down here. Deadshot. So Deadshot, I was going to get Deadshot's legendary gear. He was one of my top priorities for the legendary gear, but then I saw what his legendary gear actually did, and I literally facepalmed, because his legendary gear like ability is he gets a contract that you have to complete in game for extra experience. That's it. Were you expecting something else? Were you expecting more from Deadshot? You get a actual contract that you have to complete to get some extra XP. That's it. Now, there might be some other like benefits to it, but after I read like the main thing, like the bottom one's the main thing, main like ability that you get. After I read like you get a contract that you have to complete in game, I was like, no, I'm out. I stopped watching the video. I stopped going for his legendary piece of gear after that. I was like, no, sorry, Deadshot. You are not going to make it in my legendary gear collection. I'd rather put the time to try to get some Atrocitus and get Dexter out for an infinite amount of time during the entire game. Or try to get the, you know, the rapid fire laser beams from Supergirl. Or try to get the Flash's legendary gear, which I don't even think his is like that great either. You just slow down time for maybe a little bit longer. I don't even know. Like, I'm working on it right now. I'll have to like check it out. Damn, I have a lot of epic helmets for this mofo. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, as you guys see, I have a lot of repeats. That's why it's so convenient now that you could actually favorite specific pieces of gear, because now that you could do that, you know you could easily see which ones are duplicates and then just get rid of all the extra epics that you have. Like most of the time, I just get like duplicates for every single character. Sometimes I don't even check, because I'm like, I don't care about I don't care if I get something new for this character or not. And I just erase all the epic gear. That's why I have so much cash, so much money, so much currency. I like sell so much epic gear. Dr. Fate was a character a lot of people were very, very, very interested in playing. What the hell is this? It's actually the first time that I've ever seen this. Wow, let's favorite that because I don't have it. It's the first time I've ever seen that. Learned something new today. That is a weird looking piece of gear for for this character. But like I was saying, he was one of those characters that was like not only one of the most requested characters, but you know, even Ed Boon himself said that one of the characters that he really, really wanted in Injustice 2 that didn't make the cut in the first Injustice game was Dr. Fate. And a lot of people were very hyped for Dr. Fate, including myself, because I still think he is one of the best animated characters in the game as far as like his special moves, his magic. They look great. But I thought he was just going to be a little bit more offensive, but I guess that was like more wishful thinking because he does use magic, right? So of course he's going to try to keep you away with the spells and, you know, just uses magic to his advantage and not combat. So I guess it was more like wishful thinking. Alright, it's Firestorm time. Firestorm has great pieces of helmets. Helmet pieces, I should call it better. Pieces of helmets. I'm tired. Yeah, these videos are, whenever I do these gear videos, is more like I could sort of talk about each individual character as we go along, or just talk about anything really. So Firestorm, okay. Firestorm's an interesting one. I remember like seeing his gameplay trailer, and I was so excited to play him. So excited. And I remember going to, you know, that specific Injustice event, and I actually got to play him, and you know, I saw how he looked, and he looked awesome. You know, his fire attacks, his molten trap, his damage. You know, he did a ridiculous amount of damage. He did even more damage before. And I remember looking at his torpedo. I don't know how fast it is now, but it used to be 6 frames, I believe. It used to be 6 frames. When I went to the event, it was a 6-frame move, and I was like, damn, this looks like it's gonna be an amazing move. Because of course the torpedo is really fast, it does some pretty good damage, knocks you back so you can start zoning, whatever. So it was like 6 frames. It was one of the fastest moves in the game at the time. And once he actually, like, you know, the full game came out, I think it's 7 now. So they added 1 extra frame, which is a big deal in a game like Injustice. Like in a fighting game, any fighting game, like 1 frame is a big deal. But I remember like getting my hands on him for the first time and doing these sick combos over there. And I just felt like, man, this is my character right here. Because he did so much damage. He had the molten traps. And I literally took like the word molten trap and like sort of wanted it to be like Hunter Predator. And he's definitely not Hunter Predator. Like those molten trap is like, it's a correct word for it, but they're not really traps as far as like Hunter Predator traps. But I did gravitate towards the character. I just haven't played him. I still think he looks awesome. I still think his combos are great. He's still one of my favorite characters in the game as far as like his combat. I just have not had a chance to play him. But of course, you know, I knew once the game came out, I was gonna really love other characters' playstyles. I just had limited time, and the first two characters I really wanted to play were Firestorm and Captain Cold. So I spent a lot of time with those characters, found a lot of cool combos, and yeah, definitely shared them. And so a lot of people, especially with the Captain Cold setups, like I was the one who, you know, got my hands on the game first. So obviously I was one of the first people or the first person to come up with like some of the Captain Cold setups in the corner with the overhead load situations. Just because, you know, I actually played the game like very, very early. Because it's a pretty basic setup. But I could say that I came up with that. As basic as it is. Just the concept of the corner game for Captain Cold. I came up with it. But just because I played the game early, because it's nothing special. It's just, you know, overhead low. That's it. But at least I have the bragging rights to say that. But I did really, really like Firestorm's gameplay. I think Firestorm was one of the characters that impressed a lot of people there the most, just because the flames on his head are always, you know, being animated, and he just looks really, really good. So that's the Firestorm that's the Firestorm I played. I think he was better before. Like, they nerfed some stuff. He used to gain more health when he was in blue form. His torpedo was 1 frame faster. And what else? I think some of his buttons were a little bit faster than they are now. So they did, you know, tweak Firestorm a little bit. You know, I knew when this character came out, he was going to be ridiculous. And I guess with the changes to him, he was toned down a little bit. I still think Firestorm is actually really good. You know, I think he has pretty much everything you want in a character, except for anti-airs. Anti-airs, you know, people could jump in on him all day, unless he makes like a read and does the atomic burst, which is like you get a big flame aura around you. Unless he does that, he could get jumped on a lot, especially by a character like Batman, whose jump 2 is amazing. But as far as like everything else, he has great zoning. He has great space control with Molten Trap. Like, Molten Trap's a good zoning tool, but it's more like a space control tool because your opponent can't walk back, versus Firestorm before he shoots out Molten Trap. Because I've encountered this so many times where I want to walk back to, you know, maybe block his projectile or something, and then he shoots out a Molten Trap. And, you know, of course, you can't hold down while walking back, so you get caught by the Molten Trap. You're losing almost 400 damage for every touch that Firestorm does, because he does hurt, and you're in trouble. Because he restands you into another, you know, mixed-up situation or pressure. So Firestorm is, like, pretty good, man. Still good. Alright, we're at Green Arrow now. Now, Green Arrow needs a hood piece of gear. That's it. That's all I have to say about Green Arrow. I wonder what his legendary gear is gonna do. He has a bola arrow? Replaces box. It replaces the boxing glove arrow. Never mind. I was about to say, oh, I might actually try this out. Bring some signs, or, you know, some memories of Batgirl with her bola, but it replaces the boxing glove arrow, so I'd rather not mess with that. I'd rather just leave it alone. Alright, who's next? How much do we have? How many characters do we have left? Oh, not that many. Green Lantern time. Green Lantern has so many pieces of epic gear. It's crazy, because his gear needs to cover all the Lantern Corps. So, how many are there? 7, I think? I'm not really sure. can't count them off the top of my head because I don't even know all of them, or I don't remember all of them. But there's a lot. So all his like chest pieces have to cover all those different emblems. So he has a lot of epic gear. I find myself having to delete a lot of Green Lantern gear. Damn, look at this. Look at all these chest pieces for Green Lantern. Craziness. So much. I do like his shaders though. I like that, you know, all the Lantern Corps are shaders. Because you could pick whichever one you want. I actually like the, I think it's the Death Lantern Corps, right? The black one. That one's probably my favorite because I could have this specific helmet and then just, you know, make whatever else I want. You know, have the death emblem, but also just make them look really cool. I actually have, wait, don't I have one of those classes? I think I might have it. It's definitely one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite one. Different lanterns. Abilities. Yeah, most of Green Lantern's abilities are pretty much Injustice 1 Green Lantern. So if you want to have like the Injustice 1 Green Lantern, strap on some of these abilities and you will get it. So here are the different shaders for him. Rage. I think I have every... No, I don't. I was about to say, I think I have every color, at least one of them. But I don't. God is the White Lantern. Here we go. This one right here. Awesome. This is the alternate for the Death Lantern Corps. Fallen Lantern. Ooh, this color looks nice. Ooh, Harley. Yes, some of my favorite gear. Harley has some of my favorite gear. I really love her gear. Not this one. This is literally the only one that I don't like. The hat reminds me of the Assault on Arkham hat, but I don't know why. I don't know why it just doesn't capture it for me like that one does. Like, I like her look in Assault on Arkham, but I really don't like the way they like made it here. I don't know. But I do love me some Harley gear. Look at this. It looks so cute. Looks so cute. Moving on to her jacket or her undershirt. You can make the classic Batman animated series Harley with this one right here. Or you could just make a crazy looking Harley where she's all, you know, strapped and ready for combat. Or you can make a hot looking Harley. Nice jacket there. No sleeves, no wristbands, nothing. I'll show you guys my Harley classes, which I have. I think I have all 5 of my slots filled. Just because I have so many different Harley looks. Alright, and the guns. The guns are literally the only thing that I'm like, eh. Any character that has the guns as like accessories, they're pretty much rinse and repeat. Like, maybe have something that's a little bit different, but for the most part they're all kind of the same. Which one is... Here we go. Joker's Infection. This right here is really good. This is like Scarecrow's legendary gear. How sad, right? For Scarecrow to reverse your opponent's inputs, he needs to have a legendary gear, but Harley, it's just an ability. All you gotta do is the same thing. You spend a bar of meter when you do the specific attack, and you confuse your opponent's inputs, which is a very, very powerful tool, Really, really powerful tool. Here are different colors for her. Of course, my favorite color is this one right here. The Joker's mole. Here, let me show you guys these, of course. The Halloween ones. Second one, of course, is the pink and blue. Pink and baby blue. Second favorite. Then third is this one, which is the regular Joker's mold. And then she has a couple other ones. This one's really good, pink. But then when you put platinum on her, I really like the way she looks on here. Let's see my different Harley ones. Wait, was it on this that I have? Yeah, this is the classic Harley. Actually, let's take this off. And we gotta go with the one that doesn't have that thing. Here we go. There, that's more of a classic Harley look. There's a classic Harley. And then here is my absolute favorite Harley Quinn gear, which you guys probably saw in my, top 5 gear classes for characters. Alright, Joker. What do we have for Joker? We have a lot of headpieces that sadly look the same. And don't look that cool. The only ones that I really like are the fedora one and where is it? Here we go. This one, the daily reminder where he's wearing like Batman's cowl. Those two are really good. I actually do kind of like the Joker's hair that they gave him in this game. But since it's like the default, it doesn't really count as like a headpiece for me. So the only headpiece really that I like are the incognito cap and the Batman cowl one. Whoops, I almost just skipped it completely. As chest pieces, they're pretty lame, man. Joker, so much potential wasted. This is my favorite one just because it has the undershirt. So you could kind of make him look like the Killing Joke one, which is, this one's not even the right one. I have the best looking one on my PS4 account. But I think it is it's a rare piece. Here we go. It looks similar to this. Let me actually change that. Yeah, I think this is even a better, even though it has like the back stuff, which I don't like. It's not like the actual Killing Joke stuff. But just block the green stuff at the top, and this is like the best look for him in my opinion. Like, I have the actual piece that doesn't have the green stuff in the back on my PS4 account, and that's like my Killing Joke. I still love the color that they gave him though. Like this color scheme, best for Joke. The best one. And get a look at these guys. This guy's pants. Look at his pants. Wait, which is the piece that I have right now? Bloody socks. I should give him this one right here. Yeah, that's the correct pants that I have. What do I have? Like the default ones? What the hell? I don't even know which ones I had. But those are the correct pants that I want. As far as this knife, a little bit different. Not too, kind of like that one. Let's go with that. Side Order of Pie. This is the startup animation, or just the animation in general, of his Injustice 1 Super, where he throws a pie to your face. Now the problem with this is, going from the right side to the left side, it doesn't work. Like if you do a jump in from the left side to the right side, and then you go into one of your combo strings and into the super, even though it's a mid, goes right over the opponent no matter who it is. But if you go from right to left and then you do your combo on the left side into the super connects. So it's like a glitch. I don't know if they fixed it or not, just because I haven't, actually used that ability since that one video I made with it. Definitely have to test it out. But yeah, this color is like the best color for Joker. Come on. One bad day, the best color for Joker. God Emperor Joker. Actually just made a video with him, which I don't know if you guys will see after or before this. But it was a lot of fun. Playing Joker is actually my favorite thing to do in this game. He's just a lot of fun. Even though he isn't like the best. He kind of looks like a gangster Joker right here. Like a clean gangster. Alright, so that's Joker. Poison Ivy. I think we're down to the last like 8 characters, something like that. Poison Ivy. Here's the thing about Poison Ivy. I remember like going into the Injustice Early Access event, and I'm like, I really want to play Poison Ivy. Because I mean, come on, it's Poison Ivy. She looks amazing in this game. So I was so excited to play her, and then I went to her combo strings and just all the moves that she has and her trait and, you know, the stance and all that. And I was so overwhelmed. I'm like, nah, this character is going to take some time for me to actually learn her. So I was kind of heartbroken that I wasn't able to put time into Poison Ivy that day. But then, of course, when she came out, learned how to play her. Was one of the first characters, actually, that I learned how to play. I just have not played with Poison Ivy in a really long time. But that's the same thing with almost every character in this game, excluding the DLC characters, which, of course, you know, put a lot of time into those as they came out. And Joker, Batman, Supes, of course, Supergirl, excluding a couple. I haven't been able to put or play with many characters that I've wanted to play with. But she's great. I actually like playing as Poison Ivy. Even though the best... Ooh, here we go. Flowing Earth. This is the Killer Frost slide from Injustice 1. Exactly the same animation. Exactly the same properties. If she gets you with the slide, pops you up for a combo meterlessly, or she could use meter to pop you up even further, or like even higher, so you could get a back 3. But you don't even need that. You could just convert into back 2 into command grab, and that does a ton of damage. And guess what? The move is 7 frames, and it is only -4 on block. So you literally, and it goes, I think, 3/4 of the screen, and it's fast. I don't think it goes full screen. I might be wrong though, but I think that is definitely in contention as one of the best abilities in the game. Like, I don't know, man. I still think that Black Adam ability, he could literally get a combo from full screen. It's nuts. I still think that one might be the best, but Poison Ivy is like 1B. Like Black Adam's is, this is a really good color. Damn, this color is beautiful. That purple stuff, purple and green, is like a Joker color scheme. Love it. But the Black Adam trait is like 1A, and her ability is like 1B. Alright, Raiden. What could we say about Raiden? Raiden was a huge shocker, no pun intended, as far as like his awesome looking faces, you know, like headpieces. I did not think that they were going to be able to make Raiden look awesome like they did in this game. Like, he has some amazing looking face mask and like headpieces. I actually did not have that. Have that, and I have this one already. Okay. Yeah, Raiden, they did a really good job with his gear. I was surprised at how, you know, how awesome his gear looks. And I'll show you guys my classes, of course. You guys have probably already seen them, but I will show you guys my favorite Raiden class, which is one of my favorite looks in the entire game. That's how good it is. And see, now I only have 2 pieces of epic gear that's not, you know, marked, so it's very easy for me to see that those are duplicates. Same for this one. This one is not a duplicate here. And this one is not a duplicate either. Some new stuff for Lord Raiden. And the hats. Hats are... This one's cool. I like this one, of course. You know, it shines. Depending on your shader, changes the color of your lightning. Abilities for Raiden, I did mess around with it. Static Traps, which is Master of Storms. Really, really fun. Power Bolt looks like it's an amazing, amazing ability. I haven't used it though. Electric Storm, Raiden builds a field around his body. Raiden strong enough, powerful burst lightning to strike the area. Oh, I might have to try that out. This right here, oh man, this was so disappointing. I thought this was going to be so much better, but it was very disappointing. The lightning cage. Alright, I need to show you guys. Oh man, look at this. The best Raiden look that you could possibly give him. I don't care what look he has that you guys or anyone else came up with for Raiden. In my opinion, this is the absolute best look you could give Raiden. Right? No arguments. You could argue if you want, but you're wrong. This is the absolute best look. Alright, so let's go through all the shaders on this class, of course. I did buy the golden Raiden. Mostly so I could play with like the gold mask. Like the Baraicho mask, whatever it's called. All these different shaders. Change, well, a lot of them change the color of his lightning. Let's see, this one actually changes it to red. And the purple stuff that I have here changes it to purple. It's awesome. Alright, I'll be right back. I think Princess wants some water. Alright, I'm not cutting that out. This is raw and uncut. This is like if I was live streaming. Alright, so Red Hood. Red Hood. Red Hood has a ton of headpieces. Wow, just noticed that. All these that I have like marked as saved or as favorited. But of course, like my favorite one is this one right here. No, it's not this one. It's this one right here. Yeah, here we go. Sonic Protection Dome. That's my favorite one. Alright, but let's go through these. Damn, almost an hour. Oh my god, so much time. So much time I spent talking. Alright, let's try to speed this up a little bit. I didn't even know that. Oh my god, he looks really weird when he doesn't have his jacket on, right? Am I wrong on that? Is it just me that, like... Maybe he looks better in game without a jacket, but oh, he looks kind of weird without his jacket. But I've been talking for... Oh, this one looks nice though. Still looks weird. But I've been talking for so long. Holy crap. Let's just finish this off before I lose my voice. That's why I'm not going to do these as often as I used to do them, because there's been 5 DLC characters that have come out. I got a ton of gear for a lot of the characters now, so I spend like all this time going through the entire roster, and my voice gets sore, and then I don't want to lose my voice. Talking for all this time, I mean, on stream is one thing because I take pauses or whatever, but this is a continual video. Other than going to give Princess some water, which you guys can probably hear her drinking. Been doing this for like an hour and a half. Oh my god. Alright, let's go. Let's finish this off here. Of course, the DLC characters don't get extra shaders. like the normal characters do. Godhood. Still looks really good. But of course, you guys know how I feel. This is the best shader by far. Alright, only a couple more here. Let's go through this quickly. Robin doesn't have... actually, he does have a lot of face masks, but there's only a couple that are actually good. I'll point them out. This one right here, I really like this one. You know, just a simple mask. And of course, we have the Nightwing cowl, which I use all the time. This one, what the hell, man? He looks high. He looks weird. Right, let's move on here. So this class right here that I have is supposed to look a little bit more like oh my god, I forgot his name. What's his name? Tim Drake. There you go. I had to look at the shader right there. Man, I'm getting tired. All right, gotta power through these last couple of characters. But this is supposed to be a class that makes him look a little bit more like Tim Drake. And then I have the other classes that make him look like Nightwing. I wonder how different Robin's blade is going to look when he gets his legendary gear. I'll definitely be going for that, for sure. Probably no matter what, because I do have the Staff of Grayson. I could have that ability added onto whatever legendary piece of gear. You know, Staff of Grayson is amazing. Like, it's really, really good. Different colors. Damien's Regret. I thought this was red and black. Wow, there's actually some blue in there. Nice. Because I hadn't really seen it with this shader. I mean, with this chest piece. Most of the time, I only see it with the Nightwing costume. See, I think... yeah, this one is the alternate new shader. And these two are new shaders as well. I like the yellow. Right, a couple more here. Scarecrow. You got, oh my god, look at all these Scarecrow headpieces that are all duplicates. All these are like duplicates. This one is awesome. I love this one. But Scarecrow is my recent addition to my legendary gear collection. Or one of the recent additions, because you guys know I got Supergirls. I just haven't made a video with her yet. I'm waiting to stream some Supergirl legendary gear. Because I do like sort of testing out and debuting the legendary gear that I get on stream. It makes it more interesting. It makes it more interesting. The Scarecrow has a lot of cool gear, you know, and especially depending on what shader you use for him. A lot of different looks that you could give him. You could make him very, very creepy in different ways. Barbed wire legs. I like it. I like the barbed wire legs. As you guys see here, this is my legendary Scarecrow gear. It's the smallest one, but it's not the size that matters. It is I can't even speak now. It's been talking for too long. This is a new record for me as far as like making a consecutive video. It's the design that matters and the sharpness of the blade. Alright, let's see if we could get this video under an hour and a half. Is that possible? Is that possible? Alright. I think it is possible. I'm like looking at the clock. I thought I had a little bit more. Alright. I guess it's like a minute. I mean, an hour and 10. I thought it was already like an hour and 15. I guess not. What? Look at his giant beak. Alright, but that's my legendary Scarecrow. I'm like delusional now. Maybe I got some of that Scarecrow Fear Toxin, playing him a little bit too much. Yes, and now we move on to beautiful Starfire that only has 2 different hairstyles. The, you know, the tied like back hair, or the stylized hair, and the crazy looking hair. That's about it. But I do like her variety in like actual clothing. You can have a lot of different looks for her. The one that I have, obviously, supposed to be a hot Starfire with as little gear as possible. And then the other ones are, you know, just different looks. Have the black fire shader for her here on this one. Her accessory, to me, unless it's like, you know, something like this, it kind of gets in the way. Like, I really don't like the accessory on her hands without like gloves. It just looks really weird having, you know, the gems on her hands without like any gloves or anything. I just don't like it. So most of the time I'll rock with something that doesn't have the gems on her arms or her hands if she doesn't have like gloves on. So here it is, Floating Princess. This is the flight ability for her that I was desperately wanting when she first came out, when you couldn't get any Starfire abilities. And then it turns out that the ability sucks. Like, I didn't even want to make a video with that ability when I went into the lab and tested her flight ability. I didn't even want to make it. It sucks. So you guys, unless like a miracle happens and I just feel like using it one day, you guys will probably never see that. And it was the thing that I wanted to do the most with Starfire, is use her flight ability. But really wasn't feeling it. It's nothing like, you know, the flight ability that I thought. I thought she was gonna have full control over going back and forth, you know, sort of like Spectra Ermac, but it's not even close to that. I'll show you guys my other Starfire gear, or my other Starfire looks. Love this one. Alright, Sub-Zero. You guys know how I feel about Sub-Zero. He has some of the best gear in the game. Just plain and simple. Might have the best gear in the game, just because you can make so many different classic, you can make so many classic MK ninjas. Got the MK3, MK2, actually MK1. Sorry, I always say MK2 for some reason. It's the original Mortal Kombat 1 mask. Has a lot of like, you know, tremor, crystalline tremor looking pieces of gear. Actually, they're supposed to be like icicles and stuff. But I like the classic ninja ones, and this one right here. This one's like, you know, you could make it work. But UMK3 chest piece, that's my favorite. You make a UMK3 look. And for Sub-Zero, this is one of the rare occasions where I have a rare piece of gear as his arm piece. It might even be common. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, it's this one. I'll show you guys whenever I go to my other class, but he's one of the rare occasions where an epic piece of gear does not have what I'm looking for the specific look that I want for him. So I have, you know, a common piece of gear in order to make Sub-Zero look the way I want it to look. Ground freeze. This is unblockable when you do it normally, but then it turns into a low if you meter burn it. So I'll have to do a video on that soon. Man, I have not played Sub-Zero in a while, guys. Like I said, it's been pretty crazy. So here you go. This piece right here is what completes the classic ninja look. It's just very clean. You know, no shoulder pads, no like craziness. It's just a very, very clean look. And I could create my UMK3 ninja. Let's check out all the colors here. Look at that. It just... Oh, it looks so beautiful. A tear fell down my eye right now. How awesome the UMK3 looks for Sub-Zero. Ermac, Scorpion, Reptile, Rain. Oh man. Noob Saibot. Tremor. It's awesome. Chrome. I love Sub-Zero's gear. I really love Sub-Zero's gear. So here we go. This is my newest, absolute newest edition. And we'll go down, or we'll check it out as we go down. But the legendary piece of gear for Supergirl, the newest edition in my collection. Let's check out some of her other stuff. This one actually goes really good with that chest piece. Looks really nice. This one looks cool too. I'll definitely have to mix and match some of Supergirl stuff, because when I checked it, I just recently got it. I haven't even made videos on it yet. But I just put on like the default one, or on my first class, which is like the classic Supergirl with the skirt on. I also have the short shorts for her, and the other version of the skirt. And here it is. You get to rapid fire her heat vision now, which is really cool because you get some nice damage in the corner, and they just look awesome, you know, rapid firing them. It's cool. It's a good combo ender as well. As far as her other emblems, yeah, the legendary gear is definitely her best emblem. That's one that I'm like, yep, that's her best emblem. Sun Charge, this is actually an ability that goes together with the legendary gear. Whenever you activate Sun Charge, you actually get an extra 15% damage boost combined with the legendary gear, which I think is pretty good, because you could definitely tell the increase in damage. Like, it's significant. You do lose the ability to shoot your heat vision while your Sun Charge is on. These are two of the new colors that I got, and this one as well, but this one I bought just because I love it. Ooh, Power Girl. You guys know I love me some Power Girl. But while you have Sun Charge active, you cannot shoot your heat vision. It's like the trade-off. She looks good in the gold skirt, platinum one as well. Alright, last three characters here. Soups. Oop. First class is actually Bizarro. Just because I do love playing with some Bizarro Premier skin. I find playing with Bizarro a little bit more exciting than Soups, not gonna lie. Just because, to me, Soups doesn't have too much interesting gear, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't like the chin strap, like the chin guard, whatever it's called. I hate it so much. I really do. I don't know why they gave him that look, but I really don't like it. I wish he just, you know, looked like this. Maybe, I don't know, change something else. Maybe made his hair a little different or something, but I really do not like the chin strap that they gave him. So that's why I find it a little bit more exciting to play with Bizarro, because Bizarro has like personality. He has the blue heat vision or the ice vision. I don't know, he's just a little bit more visually appealing, even though Superman is my favorite comic book character of all time. In this game, I rather play with Bizarro. It's still playing Soups, you know, it's still playing like Superman in his gameplay. But as far as like just visually pleasing for me, I rather see Bizarro on the screen. That's just me though. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. The Red Sun like emblem is something that's pretty cool. Something that I need to, you know, maybe make a video on. But yeah, other than that, like Bizarro, I choose you. Now, I wonder what his emblem is going to be for the Superman Legendary Gear. You know You know I'm going to be on that like hair on soap. I am going to be on that legendary gear. Even if I'm like very, very close to finishing off Atrocitus, like literally, you know, 50,000 damage, which my AI could take care of easily, I am going to start up the Superman legendary gear grind. No matter how close I am to completing someone else's gear, I'm jumping on that Supes. And I wonder what they're going to give him. Yeah, see, he just looks more interesting. I don't know. I mean, crazy looking version of Supes. A Supes Superman clone. Looks like a zombie. Crazy. Has flame breath. Has ice vision. Yeah, he definitely, like, visually appealing in this game. More so than Supes, I think. Alright, Swamp Thing. And then Wonder Woman as the final one. Swamp Thing has some crazy looking headpieces. Bald is beautiful, though. Bald is beautiful. Like I said, I'm not really showing off the rare stuff. Most of the time it looks more generic for most of the characters. The only one that's the exception to that is probably like Raiden and maybe Sub-Zero. Man, it's too bad that I have my legendary Swamp Thing gear on my PS4 account. I don't have it on this account, unfortunately, because I'm dumb, and I should have just literally gotten every legendary gear here on this account. That's why I started getting all the legendary gear on one account, just because I don't want to go back and forth between accounts just to play with the legendary gear. Like, I don't mind playing on different accounts, because I have pretty much every character on each account except for Darkseid and Brainiac on their respective consoles. But for the legendary gear, I should have really just kept it Xbox One. Just because I already had like a ton of gear on this account, and it would have just been way easier to do everything on here. But no, I decided to go with the PS4 first with Swamp Thing. And now that's the only legendary piece of gear I'm gonna get on PS4, that's for sure. And that is Swamp Thing. And finally, Wonder Woman. Have this tiara here, which is the Wonder Woman movie one. Where is the other one that I really, really like? Ooh, that's actually a nice look. I want to put it on. Put that one on. Change it up a tiny bit. Huh, I don't have it. Strange. I had the one that looked more like the traditional tiara for Wonder Woman. Had like the star in the middle. I really, really like that look. I must have it on my PS4 account, I guess. It's one of the rare pieces of gear that I don't have here and have on my PS4 account. Wonder Woman. Very lovely gear. But for me, you guys know, I gotta go with the Wonder Woman movie look for her. I just think it's tops. I just think it's the best look for her. Right, and we're almost done here. Looking at the blade and the shield. And then a lot of stuff for Wonder Woman. Like, I really don't care what gear I get for her, so I just like trade everything in for cash. Just because, you know, I feel like the Wonder Woman movie gear is like her best. So I just like trade everything in. Alright, let's check out those colors. Very, very nice. This color is just obviously perfect because they're original colors. But she does have a couple other ones that I really like. Where is it? I thought I had her already. I guess I don't have it on this account. Guess I got more Wonder Woman stuff on my other account. The Gold Royalty Wonder Woman and Platinum. Alright, so that is it. That is all the epic and legendary gear that I have for Injustice 2. Ooh, we just made it under an hour and a half, and my voice is shot, guys. thank you so much for watching. Talked for almost an hour and a half. If you guys watched the entire video, I had to take a sip of water there. Uncut. If you guys watched the entire video, thank you guys so much. I'll keep an eye out in the comment section. If you did watch the entire video, let me know. And don't lie. Don't lie, please. For my voice's sake, don't lie. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know you guys enjoy these videos when I show all the gears. So here I am providing you with another gear showcase. Haven't done one in about a month and a half. And now I have, just, in my opinion, a ton of legendary gear. Like I didn't even know if I was going to get one. And I have Swamp Thing. I have Bane. I have Batman. I have Scarecrow. And I have Supergirl. And very, very, very soon, I'm going to get the Flash. So I'm going to have 6 pieces of legendary gear since, you know, that started to be a thing in Injustice 2. So I'm happy about that. But that's going to be it for today's video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And I will see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.